at that. Let me shut my door. I only light myself up probably. There we go. Okay, so out of all of the things like people keep coming out within the tattoo industry, I think this is one of those things that people have been asking for a very long time. An A3 stencil printer, and behind me, A3 stencil paper. That is what we need. It is what we've wanted and is what we've been asking for. I have to set up down the front of the shop. So you'll have to excuse me, everybody. I've had to come to the front of my shop because this beast is way too big for my filming area. And on top of that, being a massive printer, look at that. A3 thermal paper. You can't go wrong with that, really, can you? This is me just going straight in this raw. No idea, don't know anything about this. All I know is from a company called Safely, and it was sent to me by Colour Ink. And we're going to take a look in the box and see what it's like, see how easy it is to set up and everything. So let me just open it that way so you can kind of see it, because again, I am going to top down. So we've got this first, which is, I'm guessing, quite a beefy power adapter. And then we've got your UK plug. So they each come in two different options. If you go on the Colour Ink website, you get a UK and an EU plug. So just so you know and you're aware. Okay, so it's out of the box. I've got the instructions as well. Before we look at the instructions, this is it. Look at that. Look at the size of that. That's massive. Power plug. It's got a USB plug as well. So I'm hoping that is so you can plug stuff into it directly. But we'll take a look now. Appearance and components. You've got the power button, the paper inlet. That bit there. It's quite, feels quite robust. It's metal. That is the paper outlet. You're probably thinking, like, why the fuck are you reading the instructions? 9 times out of 10, none of you guys read the instructions, and that's what I'm here for. I don't know if you can see that. But it says here, you can do line patterns, shadow patterns, gradient patterns, and color background patterns. The quality of the transfer paper will affect the printing effect. So obviously, depending on the type of paper you got, it's going to be either good or bad. Let me just stop myself a second. One thing I will say is, instruction-wise, this has come with a lot of instructions. Give me 2 seconds. I'm going to plug this all in. If you hear any background noise, right, I will apologize, but this is a working studio. Half the time, I'm filming at the back of the studio. That way. Okay, so that is plugged in. Rather than just kind of doing a line work, I'm just going to get a photo of something. I'm going to try and push this to its limits, right? Okay, so I'm connected. Sweet. I'm going to get this beastie stuff. You know, it is what it is. It's transfer paper and it's A3. And it's so welcomed. So rip off the perforated edge. Then take out the sheet. Put that to one side. Okay. Okay, get that in between the two lines. Right, it's caught. Print. Let's have butchers. So now is the moment of truth, right? You ready? Fucking hell. Alright, no bullshit, right? Look at that. That, I shit you not, I can work with that. Fuck me. That's wild. Granted, you could do some adjustments, but that's printed straight off that photo. So obviously you got different densities. Adjustments can be made, but printing, like stencil wise, I could work with that. Fuck me. I'm gonna do another one. 2 seconds. Tattoo stencil printer. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna print out a design that I did a while back. Now I'm gonna print it massive. So this is something that is, like, you know, designed to go through a stencil printer. To be fair, the other printer I've got, it did work well with. Do we need to rotate? Do we need to flip it? We'll have a look now. Okay, so got that ready. Okay, so it's bit, print, my friend. Look at that. Look at it. It's massive. And I'm not going to lie, to be fair, that stencil quality is really, really good. And I'll be perfectly honest with you, like, this is not specifically to this stencil machine. I've tried so many over the years. I was using Brother printers for a very long time. And one thing I will say is, out of everything I've used over the last couple of years, every single stencil printer that I'm using is outperforming Brother, and equally every single other stencil paper that I've been using is outperforming Spirit, which is, you know, was the industry standard. This is the first time I've ever used an A3 printer, and I'm not gonna lie, I am very happy with that, and I'm very much looking forward to doing some larger pieces. But anyway, initial thoughts on this and using it straight out of the box. It is, you know, extremely easy to use. The direction, the instruction manual that comes with it, it's not overcomplicated, it's not full of faff. They give you the basic bullet points that you need to know in order to use this and get it set up. And I was able to set this up and get it plugged in and print 2 stencils like that. So yeah, I will say it's, so far, interface is really good, really easy to use. Now, I'm going to be just have a little look on the Killer Ink website to see how much this is, because I've been sent it. Again, this is, let me know if you like this format. Anyway, this is like a new thing I'm going to be doing with the unboxing, where I'm just going to go straight into them and have a look at them, and you're getting my reaction as I'm going along. I don't know anything about this printer, and there we go. Let me know down in the comments below. So yeah, Safely A3 tattoo thermal printer. I'm going to be reverting to the Killer Ink website. It is £659.99. Probably people out there are going to go, oh my god, it's fucking expensive. At the end of the day, you've got an A3 printer. It's massive. The quality of the build feels fantastic. It feels strong, it feels sturdy, and you've got 2 different sets, basically 2 different paper sizes that you can choose from. So it adds that convenience. And even with ones that I've used that have been low quality, or ones that have been cheap, they've lasted me. Like one of the ones I reviewed last year, I've been using that daily, and it's happy days. So I think we're out of the questioning of the longevity of these printers now, because they, you know, proof is in the pudding. You get what you pay for, and you know, the ones I've used, they work really well. So right, let's have a look. Full description of this. So we've got according to their website, it's an A3 wireless thermal stencil printer. Obviously, it's got auto feed technology. Motherfucker. Oh, fuck yes. Okay, hang on a second. This changes everything. 2 seconds. Yeah, I'm not sure if they've said... Okay, it doesn't say any... Okay, so, all right. Let me just... On the website, it says that it's got a rechargeable battery. However, I don't see anything on this that states whether or not it has a battery. So that could be an error on the website. And if it is, I will correct it. 2 seconds. 2 seconds. So, obviously, you can print designs via Bluetooth, and we've already established that it is really easy to do, and you can print a massive, which is class. The tattoo printer app is available on Apple, Android, and Windows devices, which is great. It means everyone can use it. Now, I'm going further down on their page, right, and it says the A3 Bluetooth stencil printer from Safely allows you to create incredible, detailed, high-quality stencils with an effective print with width of 304 millimeters, right? Now, they've also said that on there, Safely have designed this wireless thermal printer to alleviate the issues that many artists face when creating tattoo stencils. They have an auto feed technology that lines your paper up perfectly for no fuss printing. And to be fair, like, that's one thing I do like about this. It's not like jamming it in, and it's printing it fairly good, and it does line up, which is nice. I would say from just initial trying it, make sure you rip it on the perforated edge, and because when I was ripping it before, it wasn't catching. So I don't know if that's me or if you need to be ripped on the perforated edge, but just do it where the perforated edge is. I've said that way too many times though, haven't I? Anyway, carrying on. So it also says it has a rechargeable battery and it's charged by USB-C, so you can make high quality stencils wherever you are. Now let's press read more. This is just more, this is just marketing speak really. You can duplicate, you can duplicate stencil size, pay for find the, okay, blah, 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 blah. Key features, AC wireless stencil, auto feed, yeah, we've done that, we've covered that, and we've covered that. Features, instant edits, adjust image filters, contrast and size, 3D preview, 3D fucking previews. Fuck off. But while I'm just checking this out, I'm looking at the app, right? So you're going to go on this journey with me. So the app itself, right? You've got device not connected, printer version upgrade, paper status, power, language switch, current version, customer service. Then you've got, this is a bit of a mad one. This app, right, has got like loads of like pre-loaded designs. Like, to be fair, you know, if you're a seasoned tattooist, you are not going to be using them, but it's still mad. I'm screen recording this. So you've got line art, so you can change all the different filters. That's cool. Okay, you can cut it equally, total by total width and height, so you can change that. Beautify. I'm not going to want to beautify a stencil. Cut out. Okay. 3D. Fuck. What the hell? What? Oh my god. That is wild. Augmented reality. No. Oh, no way. It does augmented reality as well. Fucking hell. So if I can enlarge that then. Okay, and then, I don't know, let's just say I want to put it on his leg. What the fuck? Like, don't get me wrong, this could add that this has got a little bit of finessing it needs. However, like, look at that. Like, you've obviously been seeing it, you know, as I'm doing it, but Jesus. I've just tried some of the other features on the app. And let's have a look. Fucking hell, guys. Look at that. Fucking insane. Look at the detail on that. Like, anyone, honestly, right? Like, I got asked the other day if I wanted to try one of these new stencil products out. And I think it's one of those things in tattooing, right, where if it's not broke, don't fix it. For the type of tattooing that I do, a thermal printer is a 100% a necessary piece of equipment. I've used it, I've been tattooing, like, you know, pretty much 20 years, and I've been using thermal printers, thermal copiers, then thermal printers. And it's the one thing that I will say should never change is like, you don't need anything else. Yes, there are so many different types of like printing with an Epson, and I just feel like for me, the printing out of a stencil doesn't work. I can't, it's not portable. Granted, that's way bigger than some of the other ones, but it's still more portable than an Epson printer, for example. But like, that is fucking class. Sorry for my swearing. I am rather impressed with this. You know, at the end of the day, right, a printer is a printer. And I think the biggest thing that's impressed me about this printer is the fact that it's an A3 printer. For me as a tattooist, it definitely improves my workflow. It's going to be possibly one of the most used things in the studio. Now, price-wise, many people are not going to agree with it. I'm going to say that's not far off. You know, I think £660 for something that, like, for me, is going to be used every single day in work, and is also going to be used with every single person in the studio. that is something that I can say is a reasonable price. It's going to be one of the most used products that we have, other than ink and needles and machines. Do you know what I mean? So stencil paper wise, the stencil paper, so a box of 100 sheets, it is $89.99. However, you know, you've got to look at it in respect of you're paying, say, 50 quid for a box of spirit paper. And I'd say 50, I'm generalizing it, so don't be down in the comments going, it's not 50 quid a box. It's about 40 to 50 quid depending where you buy it from and if you're buying the legit stuff. But what I'm getting at is this stuff is double the size. So you're getting, you know, essentially you're paying for 2 packs of normal paper, do you know what I mean? So 90 quid, yeah, okay, fair enough. And I think the amount of spirit paper that is wasted by having to cut it, you know, stick it together, it doesn't matter, it's negligible then. So decent price, fair play, fucking wow. If you want to know anything about the stencil paper as well, it's 297 by 420 millimeters. It's vegan friendly for all you vegans out there. If you're not vegan, you don't really care. Well, it doesn't matter, does it? But it's vegan friendly because everybody likes things to be vegan friendly these days. And this is no shade thrown at vegans. I was vegetarian for a while. I'll never go full vegan though, because that's my own personal opinion. I like chicken at the end of the day. But yeah, like it feels well built, well presented. Not sure how I feel about this bit on the top. I think I would have probably, if I want to be anal as fuck, I think I would have preferred it to be like just plastic. But it looks nice, it looks fancy, feels nice. I think price-wise and everything, it's reasonable for what it is and for what you're going to be able to do with it, and I'm very much looking forward to trying it. So the next step for me now is, along with a load of other products that I'm testing out, is you know, going along and testing it. And if there's anything you want to know about this printer, pop it down in the comments below. I'm going to document my use with it over the next couple of months. Weeks, months, however long it takes, and then I'll come back to the proper review. First impressions though, it's a printer and it prints stencils and it prints them really well. So far it prints them just the same quality as a lot of the other printers that I've used out there. So, you know, in that respect, happy days. I think it's just a case of, does it work well in my workflow? And I think it is going to be. But anyway, I'm rambling on now. Massive thank you to Killer Ink for sending me this. If you do want to buy one off the back of this video, I do have an affiliate link, and that is down in the description below. You buy it, you save a little bit of money, I get a little bit of a kickback, and that's full transparency. You know, you support the channel by buying products with all the affiliate links that I have. So yeah, there we go. But so far, so good. I just need to confirm whether or not it's battery powered, and I might have to do that in another video, or maybe I'll do it in the comments below, or I'll do it on our Instagram. If you're not following Instagram, check us out at That Tattoo Review or at Tattoo Review is on Instagram, or if you just search for That Tattoo Review with Chris Harrison on Instagram. I've had to change the name because I'm trying to get it verified, and you know, it's pain in the ass to get things verified. Anyway, enough of me rambling on. I hope you enjoyed watching this. If you have, hit like, hit subscribe, and all that stuff to keep up to date with everything that we're doing. I appreciate it. It helps the channel grow, and it allows me to bring content to you, and allows me to do things like test awesome fucking shit like that. Look at it. Look at the size of that. It's class. Right, I'm off. I'll catch you in another video. Bye.